Hello, my dear students. This is Mrs. Shaima Gharib, and today's lesson about angles around the point. Let's start by revising some rules before you watch any video. First, you have to sit in a quiet place. You should have your pen and a piece of paper to take notes and to solve questions. You should pause the video after each question, then you try to answer on your own. Then you play the video to check your answer and to understand the question in case you get a wrong answer. Are you ready? Let's start. Let's start by revising angles on a straight line. We said before in the previous videos that angles on a straight line total 180 degrees. Look at this example. We have a straight line which same as a straight angle, and it's divided into two angles. One of them is 65. So can we calculate the second one? Yes, by subtracting the 65 from the 180 degrees. So 180 minus the 65 equals 115 degrees, which is the size of angle C. Today's lesson about angles around the point. Angles around the point total 360 degrees. Let's see how. This is a straight angle, and we know that the straight angle, the size of the straight angle is 180 degrees. So what about the angles below the line? We said before, on the angles on a straight line, we can find the angles on the line and angles below the line. And also the total angles below the line is also 180 degrees, which means the sum of all angles around the vertex here or around this point equals 360 degrees, which is same as the full turn. They both have the same size, 360 degrees. So what if I want to add more angles to this straight line or to this straight angle? Now look at the angles here. I have 4 angles, and the sum of the 4 angles is 360 degrees because all of them, they form a full turn, and they all are angles around a point, which is same vertex for all the 4 angles. I can add more angles. Now I have 6 angles around this point, and the total of the 6 angles must be 360 degrees as well. Exactly the same as the full turn. In the full turn, I can divide it into 4 equal angles, 4 right angles, each one is 90, so 90 times 4, 360. Angles around the point total 360 degrees. Look at this diagram. How many angles do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 angles. So let's find together how to calculate the size of angle A. We said before, the sum of all the angles must be 360 degrees because all of them are sharing the same vertex and all of them are angles around a point. So I have 2 80s and one angle is 100 degrees and one angle is 55 degrees and one angle is angle A. So I will start by subtracting all these angles from 360 degrees. 360 minus 80, then minus 80, then minus 55, then minus 100 equals 45 degrees. So the size of angle A is 45 degrees. Can you find a shorter way to calculate the size of angle A? What do you think? Yes, I can look at this green line here and look at these 3 angles on this line. We said before, angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees, which means I can subtract 80 and 55 from 180 to get angle A, because the 3 angles, the 80 degrees and angle A and angle 55 degrees, all are on the straight line here. So the sum of the 3 of them must be 180 degrees. So I can calculate the size of angle 8 another way by subtracting from 180 degrees, and it will give me the same size exactly, which is 45 degrees. Is this clear? Look at this diagram here. These angles are around a point. They all share the same vertex. So all of them, they form a full turn, and the total size of the 360 degrees. In this diagram, there are three angles, as you can see. One of them 160 degrees, and another one 145 degrees, and angle C. So how to calculate angle C? I can subtract the 160 degrees from 360. Then I will subtract the 145. So the final answer will be 55 degrees. I can also add these two angles together. 160 plus 145 equals 305. So I can subtract the 305 from the 360, which is 55 degrees. So you can keep subtracting angle by angle, or you can add all the given angles, then subtract the total from 360 degrees. Let's see one more example. I want all of you to think of this example. I have here in this diagram 4 angles, A and 43, 140, and 100 degrees. To calculate the size of angle A, what should I do? All of them are angles around a point, as you can see. All of them, they are sharing the same vertex. So I will write 360 degrees minus 100 minus 140 minus 45. Then the answer will be 77 degrees. Or I can add these three angles together. 100 plus 140 equals 240 plus 43 equals 283. So I can subtract the 283 from the 360, which is 77 degrees. Is this clear? Now let's have some questions. Look at this diagram. How many angles can you see here? I can see 4 angles. One of them is 25, the second one is 75. And what about this angle? It's a right angle, which is 90 degrees, and the angle K. And we want to calculate the size of angle K. All the angles here, they are sharing the same vertex, and they are angles around a point. So the total must be 360. So I will do exactly the same. I will start to subtract angle by angle from the 360. So it will be 360 minus 70 minus 25 minus 90, which is 170 degrees. Or I can add these three angles together. 25 plus 75 equals 100 plus 90 equals 190. Then I can subtract the 190 from the 360 degrees, which is 170 degrees. So the size of angle K is 170 degrees. Now look at this question. All the angles here are the same. Why? Because all of them have the same letter S, which means all of them are equal in size. So how many angles do I have? I have 8 angles, and all of them around the point. So the sum of all of them must be 360. What should I do to get the size of one of them, or of each one of them? So I will divide the 360 by the number of angles, which is 8. So 360 divided by 8 equals 45 degrees each. So each angle here equals 45 degrees. Now look at this diagram. Exactly the same, but the number of angles is different. How many angles do I have in this diagram? I have 12 angles. So this time I will divide the 360 by 12 because all of the angles are the same size. How did we know? Because all of them have the same letter, V, 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 V. Okay, so I will divide the 360 degrees by 12, which is 30 degrees. Is this clear? This is the end of our lesson today. Thank you for watching and see you soon.